This is a $5 safety helmet from Temu. And to see if it actually works, I'm going to test it. And that's just one of many knockoff safety products I will be testing because I want to know, can any of this cheap safety gear actually save your life? The first knockoff safety product that we're testing is this Temu fire extinguisher. Oh my gosh. It's like leaking. Look at this. There's stuff all over it. That's not a good sign. Look at this. Look at this. Here's the instructions. Pull the pin, aim at the base, squeeze the lever, and sweep side to side. So I've never used one of these before. This is gonna be crazy. It better not explode. Here's our fire. Here's our fire extinguisher. I'm gonna pull the pin. How do I pull the pin? I gotta take this out. Okay, I'm pulling the pin. And we're gonna blast this fire. And we're testing to see if this is gonna actually put it out. Here we go. Oh my gosh, once you press it, it doesn't stop. Look at that cloud. Holy crap. I don't know if I did it wrong, but our fire is still going strong, so this is a failure. This doesn't work. This is our next safety product. It's a fire blanket, also from Temu. So before this fire gets too big, I'm gonna see if this works any better than the fire extinguisher. It's supposed to smother the fire. So we'll see if it works. If it melts, then it's a failure. Oh, I'm gonna burn myself. How do you do this? Okay, I'm just gonna see if it's gonna burn. If the blanket lights on fire, then it's a fail, right? Maybe these things are only good for a smaller fire. Let's look at the damage here. The blanket is on fire. Look at that right there. The blanket's on fire and it's, you know, turning black, but it didn't burn up. It didn't burn up as much as I was expecting it to. Okay, let's try this one more time to see if we can put this out. I think I needed to start some wood on fire. I think the cardboard is just too flammable. When the blanket is over it, it stops the flames from like coming up. There's just too much fuel. It actually works pretty good, it seems. Honestly, I think this works better than the fire extinguisher, so Temu fire blanket passes the test. Our third product that we're going to test with fire before we move on to the non-fire products is these fireproof gloves. They actually seem pretty good quality. They're pretty heavy duty, but I'm a little nervous risking my hands with these things. I'm just going to stick my hand in the fire and see if it is hot or not. Is that a bad idea? It's probably a bad idea. But only one way to find out. I'm curious to see if these actually like burn too. That's pretty cool. It's not burning my hand yet. Doesn't even feel warm. These things are really thick. That's smoky. Looks like maybe it's melting them a little bit though. I'm just gonna set it in the fire like that and see what happens. It's not catching fire. Let's see the damage here. Yeah, it didn't even burn it. Wow. The inside is smoking, it's so warm. So this is all the more damage that we got. I mean, It kind of burns on the outside. It kind of gets crispy, like that part's kind of hard and black. It's kind of burnt here. But honestly, I feel like these protect your hands pretty good. I'd say these pass the test. That's impressive. For our next product, I'm going to try mowing the lawn to test some knockoff ear protection. I'm not sure if they're doing anything. I need to get this lawnmower going. It's not starting. Does it have gas? Yeah, it's got gas. Well, that's not good. So I couldn't get the lawnmower to work, so instead I'm gonna try this chainsaw and see if these make any difference with cutting wood. That cuts really good. Yeah, I can hardly hear it. These are working actually better than I thought. Let me try it without them. These worked a lot better than I thought they would, but I don't have any sort of comparison to base that off of. So I've got these real headphones, or not headphones, ear protection, and I'm going to see how much of a difference these make to see if it's worth it to get the knockoff ones or if you should pay the big bucks for these. Let me put the mic inside the headphones so you can hear the difference. The consensus is yes, these do cancel some of the noise, but compared to the professional noise canceling, these don't even stand a chance. All right, here is the durability test of the knockoff ear protection. I'm going to see how scratch resistant it is with this, and then we're gonna see how easily it breaks. It does scratch. It is just plastic, so it scratches pretty easily. I didn't even have to push hard. If I push hard, that really gouges it. What I'm really worried about is how easily these things just fall apart. Like, look at these clips. Those just come off that easy. Oh man, that's crazy. Look at that. It's just like a sticker. It's not even glue. It just sticks on there. That's crazy. Wow. The rest of these came apart very easily, so they fail the durability test. Our next knockoff product from Temu is this safety mask. This is what it's supposed to look like, one of these, and this is what it is. I don't even know if my face is going to fit in this thing. And it's like a really cheap plasticky material, so I don't have much faith that this is gonna stop anything from actually hitting my face. Well, I guess it fits better than I thought it would. How's it look? I'm going to test if it can withstand just minor scratches and dings, and then we're gonna push this thing to its absolute limit. Okay, I'm just going to kind of like hit this screwdriver into it and see if it'll scratch or ding. I'm just barely applying pressure. Oh, it scratches real easy. Yeah, it's just plastic. Look at that when I scratch it. That scratch is super easy. I'm not even pushing hard. Honestly, I feel like I could probably just hit this with the screwdriver and it would go through it. I mean, if this gets hit with any sort of rubble or dust, it'll probably stop it, you know, pretty easy. It's just if you get a hard... Wow. Okay, now I'm hitting it hard and it's holding up. It's not breaking through, so scratch is easy, but yeah, Dang. Nothing. That's actually really impressive. That's actually insane. Holy crap. Look at that. Let's bust it. So much for that. Well, I guess we don't need to run this through any more tests because it failed that one. Kind of disappointed in this one. I was hoping it would last longer. I wanted to try to like saw it or drill it, but that broke so easy. Let's do a stretch test with the rubber. That's pretty durable. Our next piece of safety equipment is a harness. I think it's for climbing. So I'm going to hook it up to this tree and see if it holds my weight. I don't really want to go super high because I'm not ready and prepared to die. But yeah, we'll see if it holds. It looks pretty sturdy to me. I mean, there's some parts that are a little questionable, like these little tabs are plastic. Hopefully I'm putting this on the correct direction. I will say it's not the most comfortable harness. This compared to actual climbing harnesses, you can tell a difference for sure. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm just going to hook this loop onto here. This is usually where the carabiner would be held. I'm just gonna release my weight into it. Ouch. Yeah, this is not comfortable. I don't know if you can see because my hoodie, but it's starting to slide up my waist. It's kind of cutting into my side there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's no padding on this strap. I gotta put my hoodie down for padding. So I have it tightened pretty tight, but still when I sit into it, oh my gosh, that was really uncomfortable. There we go. Okay. Ow. So it's holding my weight. Ow. These straps are just digging into my side. Look at these. There is no padding on these. The best way to describe this harness is a seat belt. Like this material and the way it feels is like a seat belt. So imagine putting all your weight onto a seat belt strap. That's what this feels like. Oh. We have figured out the strategy to make sure that this harness isn't painful. So if you're sitting in it like this, like you would a regular harness, or how you would be sitting if you fell off a climbing wall, it hurts. But it doesn't hurt if you lay back in it like this. This feels a lot better, surprisingly. But you're hardly ever in this position when you're climbing with a harness. That's kind of fun though. Hey, we can make a little swing with this harness. Check it out. I'm starting to trust this harness, but I'm worried it's gonna break. This strap is already fraying, but overall it's pretty durable. So strength-wise, this harness passes the test. It's very durable. It most likely will not break, but comfort, it's not comfortable. Yeah, here's a durability test on the leg straps. Yeah, so it's strong. That ain't going nowhere. But man, is it uncomfortable. Sheesh. For our final product, I'm testing a safety helmet from Temu that only cost me $5. We are going to test the durability of this knockoff safety helmet by dropping some cinder blocks on it. But first, I just want to highlight a few features that it has. First, it has these vents to let airflow in on both sides. They feel very cheap, but still they're there. And then also it has a chin strap. Look at that. Neither of which this real industrial grade safety helmet have. So yes, this feels a lot harder on the top, feels more sturdy, but there's no chin strap and there's no vents. So if this one can hold up to the pressure, it might win. So let's find out. For phase one, we're gonna find out if it can withstand a simple blow to the head. I'm gonna drop this small cinder block on it first, just from like waist height. No cracks. Yeah, that held up good. Let's try a slightly heavier cinder block here. See if it cracks. Dang. That's still solid. It scuffed it just a little bit, but yeah. Honestly, that works pretty good. Now, I gotta go a little bit higher. Let's see if it breaks. You could hear it totally flex inwards. Dang, how does that not break? I dropped it a couple more times, and on the second drop, this happened. So, took about maybe 4 drops, and then it totally indented. So, you can use the safety helmet a few times, but if you keep getting hit in the head, maybe get a new one. It's also cracking right here a little bit by the vent. Okay, I'm going to try to knock this dent out. This mesh here really kind of gets in the way. It looks like maybe you can pop it out. I don't know if this is fixable. So once it's indented, and that's it. This strap also came apart right here. So it's pretty, I mean, the insides of this helmet are pretty flimsy. As you can see, they just rip right out. Let's see if we can puncture it. The back of the hammer. It doesn't crack or puncture, it just sometimes dents inwards. So honestly, I'd probably wear this on a job site. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Seems like it works pretty good. So this helmet stands up against hard hits, but I want to see if this plastic is soft enough that I can cut through it or not. So I'm gonna use this saw on it and see how easy it cuts. So it's a slow process, but it does leave a groove. It's actually a lot thicker than I thought. When you start cutting into it, you can see how thick it actually is. The plastic seemed really thin at first, but the whole top of it has really thick plastic. This bottom visor is obviously thinner, but yeah, this is pretty solid. I'm impressed. And I think this is a metal saw, so obviously it'll cut through it, but let's try one of these wood saws. That actually cuts it easier. That's how thick it is. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick in the thickest spot there. Overall, the safety helmet is really good quality, so I'm going to say it passed the test. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm leaving.